Yeah, so this is some of my most recent work, and yes, my most recent work and like the last project that were kind of like impactful, I would say. I was lucky enough actually to be working for Bits. I did a lot of work for them, and I didn't get to work on the first ones. But it was kind of interesting because I started pretty much when Bits started, and at the time it was 4 people. And so I helped with the first product, and then this one was the second product where I had the chance to actually design everything and like work on the mechanism, not only the aesthetic but the mechanism, and like follow everything from the concept to the production. And then after that it was like an avalanche of products that followed that I had the chance to develop as well. And this was a lot of work, but for me it was lucky and unlucky at the same time, because it was a small company that later became a giant, and I had to kind of adapt progressively with the company. But I was lucky that I got to work on some products that a lot of people know and know. Yes. So I worked literally on everything on those, and like the cables, sorry the white is washed out, but normally there is something there. And then, so I'm just going to talk really quick about this. I made like little like explanation of how some products were created, and I'm going to try to go quickly, but this was one of my favorite ones to work on. And it's kind of related to Julien's job as well. Is with the start. At the start, it was really companies started to get like 3D printer in the office, and I was really lucky to be there for that, because it really helps with development time and like how to save like a lot of time actually. So this on the left was the first mock-up. So it was fully 3D printed just to check on people if it fits and if it looks okay, and like then correct the curvature. And actually this one was made on the same machine but unfinished, because they needed it for a video with David Guetta actually. And they told me a week before, so that was like part of my job to like get something that on the video looks okay. It was non-functional, but yes. And so later on, once we validated everything in with the models and the 3D prints, we give the design intent to the mechanical engineers. And I have a mechanical engineering background, so I kind of try to flush as much as I can, like mechanical details, so I don't have any surprise when it comes back to me and everything looks different. But most of the case, like things still look the same. So this is just detail of like mechanical features that have design thinking behind. And then like they made tons of color on those, this product was really great to work on. And this is another product for them that was completely different from headphones, but it was a speaker. And the idea behind it was to make something that you can take with you at the beach or with friends in a picnic, or like just to use in your apartment. I needed to be small, so I kind of start to base it on a water bottle format. And the idea behind that was like, okay, like if someone goes on a picnic, there's a lot of things that fit a water bottle, like backpacks and stuff like that. And it's kind of a format that people feel comfortable with. So it was kind of based on this volume, but later on the volume changed. And this is some concepts that I did like that were based on this idea of transporting it, so trying to integrate the handle with the overall shape, like a really simple geometrical shape. And on the background, this is the first model, ID model. The middle one is like the mechanical engineering validation model, and the final product. So you cannot really see details there, but a few stuff has changed. And actually the one on the rear was a little bit smaller than what it ended up to be because they wanted more volume for the sound quality. And there is like features on it that actually you can clip on like accessories, and this is a variation, like the clip is actually from military connectors, normally to carry rifle. I was trying to find something that is robust and that feels good, and this was perfect for it. So the difficulty is to find a Chinese factory that actually accept to sell them to non-military people. And yes, I'm going to try to go quickly because we have more stuff. But so this is a camera for Polaroid, and it was developed from the ground up. And so Polaroid doesn't really exist anymore as a company on its own. You can buy the license. So tomorrow, I don't recommend it, but tomorrow if you want to do Polaroid shoes, you can. And these guys, they bought the license for cameras, and it was not supposed to be this at all. At the start, it was supposed to be really larger camera that was like toward action, so people would jump from planes. And when I was working on it, I realized that nothing was made for kids. Like kids tend to like to borrow their parents' phones and like do stuff. But with existing camera, you are kind of a little bit stressed to give a kid a camera that costs $400. So looking at all the components, I tried to put together something as small as possible that you could drop on the floor or even like walk on, and it will not get damaged. And that was the result of that. It's not waterproof, but it's weatherproof. And it's half the weight of usual action cameras. And this was a few sketches, a little bit in perspective, but exploration for it. On the left, it was the model maker, so non-functional, just to validate it. And this is the final product. And I made also product for them, printers. And the last one, you might have seen this one in the city. It was the weirdest product I had to work on because they started to tell me like, hey, you're going to design a mustache. I'm French, but I don't have one. And anyway, like so, that was the idea, was to replace the, I don't know if everyone knows, but like Lift at the start had this really ugly, kind of gross looking. It was fun at start, but then it became kind of gross pretty quickly. So they were like all like discoloring and covered in whatever is in the city. So he was trying to make the object a little bit classier and simpler for the drivers as well, and so we can use this as an indication when it's coming. You know, it's yours. That's it. So now I work for FitBit, but I cannot show you anything. But one day
do you want to talk about it, just or later?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So for me, it was like that was 8 years I was working for the same company, and like consultancies kind of tend to wear you out a little bit, I think, depending on which one, I guess. And I kind of wanted to see as well what it was to be actually within a large corporation. I mean, large corporation. Because I worked for them before, but from an external point of view, so being inside is interesting. So FitBit just started to get their own industrial design team within the company, and it started a year ago. But I started 6 months ago, so it was a good challenge for me to kind of start from the ground up and like show people what you can do and yeah, like relearn a lot of things. But it's what's good about design is like you always learn things. It's constant learning. Yeah. Good.
Good. Thank you.